Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. In today's video, we are going to cover ICP, its recent price action. We are going to cover a couple of interesting news and tweets that I have found for you on Twitter. On the top of that, we are going to cover BTC. And we are going to cover a couple of interesting altcoin charts in which of course ICP is included. So if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and a quick disclaimer that this video is not a financial advice. And now let's hop into ICP itself. So ICP is currently experiencing a leg up of 1.7% on the daily and is currently trading at $19.34. Market cap is currently sitting at $8.8 billion and 24-hour trading volume is currently sitting at 615 million USD. Well, almost 616. So if we are going to look at the chart over here, we had highs of, let's say, over $20 over here for ICP. However, I do believe that this is just a beginning, longer term for ICP rather than just temporary pump. And now a couple of photos from ICP Hacker House in Korea. So that's great. Many people are working on the project, many meetups, and that's something that we want to see. That's great to see, especially in a country like Korea. And on the top of that, we've got a couple of photos from ICP Hub in UK. So again, great to see. The team is actively working all over the world and is constantly developing the project and its use cases. One bit of thought you will hear all the time about ICP is the tokenomics are bad. If the tokenomics are so bad, why is nearly half of the coins outstanding staked? Why is 59.6% of staked coins locked up for 7 or more years and 81% of staked coins locked up for a year or more? Yeah, that's the first question. That's for people that are basically saying that ICP is trash and it's a slow mover, etc., right? The patient has to be there in order to see those gains with ICP. And now something that I have showed to you guys a while ago, but I would like to share it one more time. So this is a little comparison of how these blockchains are working, right? So obviously Ethereum, I'm not even going to comment on Ethereum. Solana is quite quick. However, Solana obviously has its problems. Cardano obviously is relatively good, but obviously nothing in comparison with ICP. ICP is here to stay. So the DeFi for ICP is currently sitting at $29.7 million. This is something good to see. We have a bit of a spike in terms of TVL for ICP. And now let's have a look at the chart itself. So as I was saying in my previous update, I would like to see that daily candle close above that level of resistance, which became our support at the moment. On the top of that, ICP is being supported by all of the moving averages, so looks like there is a very strong momentum over here on the daily for ICP. However, we are slowly entering levels of 70 on RSI. And now let's have a look at the 4-hourly time frame to understand of what potentially could happen. And now what I'm seeing over here, obviously we have a bit of a sell-off and then we have higher highs being printed on 4-hourly time frame. So that's good, that's bullish. We've got these higher highs, that's cool, just like over here, let's say, without that one obviously. However, we are being pushed down because at the moment we are in that area of overbought territory for ICP. So I wouldn't be surprised if we are going to retest that level of previous resistance that became our support now at $15. I really wouldn't be surprised if we would see ICP at those prices. And why do I think that? So let's move to the previous pump over here for ICP. Actually, let me delete this triangle because at the moment it's not relevant. And by the way, that's for people that are saying that they were watching my ICP videos and the price didn't do exactly what I said it will. Again, this is not a financial advice. Second, it actually did. So I'm pretty sure that these people that were crying about ICP's price and my predictions, you know, are crying at the moment. But anyways, let's go back. So let's have a look. We had this first pump over here and we broke above that major resistance that led us back to the previous cycle, and then we saw a pump of roughly, let's have a look, there was pump of roughly 30%, let's call it 31. So let's have a look at the current pump and how many percent of gains from the resistance. Of course, it's roughly 27 as well. So after that, in that first pump, we achieved that 30% of gains, and after that we have retested that level of resistance as a support, and after that we saw a major bullish action over here for ICP with touching and testing that level of resistance, trying to break through. However, as we can see, the price was going sideways in that range between these two levels. And now I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but it could, right? Because somebody said yes, but it's going to dump, and yes, it's possible that the price could pull back and retest that level of resistance as a support now, because that's what we did previously. So I wouldn't be surprised if ICP would do something like this. Let me delete these, and we could see, for example, something like this, just like we did, like a bit of a sideways price action, a retest that level of a support, then a pump, and then potentially the similar thing, and then discovering new levels over here. So the next level potentially would be around $38. But of course, scenario number 2 could be that ICP is going to break through that level of resistance without any pullbacks, without any retests, and then we are going to have this conversation. However, at the moment, what I would like to point out again is the fact that ICP is already at overbought territory on the 4-hourly time frame, and we are experiencing already that sort of a sideways price action over here for ICP. So it looks like ICP is battling. However, even if we are going to see a pullback on ICP and retesting that level of resistance as a support, nevertheless, I think these are going to be the chances to accumulate more ICP. And by the way, for people that are saying that ICP is boring, well, ICP already printed 10% of gains in the last month, and as of today we still have a couple of days of March left, but ICP printed over 50% gains. So I wouldn't necessarily say that ICP is boring, it's just not really pumping like those meme coins. But alright, let's first of all cover BTC, and after that we are going to have a look at some altcoin charts, so bear with me these couple extra minutes. So Bitcoin found itself in a yellow area of hodl, but most importantly we have pulled back to that green area of still cheap. So I do believe that this pullback was a great opportunity to scoop up BTC, ICP, etc. before those huge prices over here for our alts and for BTC, because obviously the time is running out. At the time of recording this video, the Bitcoin halving is going to happen in 24 days. So of course I'm not saying that ICP is going to see price of $500 or whatever in these 24 days, but what I'm trying to get at is that after the halving event is going to be less likely that we are going to see those pullbacks on ICP, alts and general. So the first targets over here for BTC would be around 300,000 USD, but I do hope that you are not going to wait for those levels, because obviously it could be burned. I do hope that everybody has their profit taken strategy right in place. Shout out to El Crypto Prof. So after BTC reached its all-time highs in 2017, the correction lasted for 21 days. After that, we saw a parabolic rally. After BTC reached its all-time high in 2020, the correction lasted for 21 days. After that, we saw a parabolic rally. Same scenario in 2024. Well, let's see. So basically that's exactly what happened. After that retest, we had a parabola for BTC. So let's have a look firstly at 2017. That's what happened. Let's have a look at 2020. We had a retest, a bit of a sideways price action, but after that we had parabola. So this is exactly where we are at right now. We had our little retest and pullback on BTC, and we could potentially expect a parabola coming. All right, and if we are going to look from the standpoint of RSI, we haven't even reached levels of 70 on RSI. So that is still bullish. That's a monthly chart, by the way. So if we are going to examine the previous bull cycles, only when we have turned over 70 on RSI on BTC, we saw that parabolic rally for BTC, just like 2012, 2016, 2020, and now we are exactly at the same place. So obviously big things are coming in the crypto space. And now let's finally have a look at alts. So the first things first, we haven't even reached the major level of resistance that leads us back to the previous cycle on alts. So that's the reason why our ICP isn't pumping as much as we would like to, and obviously that's going to be just a matter of time when alts are going to reach that level, not mentioning about all-time highs. But after all-time highs, if we are going to do 6x and we are going to be conservative, we could expect around 4 trillion USD, which is still a big target because previously we did 1.7 trillion on alts. And of course, good question, how much of that money is going to flow into ICP? Let's have a look at the market cap. So the market cap is currently sitting at 8, let's say 9 billion USD. So if ICP is going to reach market cap in its peak of, let's say, 80 to 90 billion USD, just like ADA did, that will be around 10x. So that will be around $200 for ICP. I do believe that price target is quite reasonable. And of course, we could see much bigger prices over here for ICP because ICP is a huge development in Web3. However, we do have to remember about the fact that many people have lost the money in the previous bull cycle. So there's going to be a big selling pressure, not mentioning about allocation to the team that's working so hard, as we can see on Twitter, which obviously would like to capitalize on their ICP holdings as well. And now, if we are going to look at the Wall Street cheat sheet, we are nowhere near the thrill and euphoria, aka the peak of the bull cycle. We still have a lot of way to go. So according to the Scalping Pro, shout out to the Scalping Pro, by the way, we are roughly in optimism area heading towards belief. So we still have a lot of time to cash out on our ICP. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching that quick ICP update. I hope that you have guys enjoyed it, and I wish you having a great day or evening wherever you are in the world. Peace and love, crypto.